What is going on, YouTube world? I'm your brother Reza, and this is KRT Life. KRT Life with the Y. And I saw something on Instagram the other day that inspired me to do something. Coming up next. All right, so the other day I was on IG and I stumbled upon 996 Road Trips IG. And I had seen his IG before, and I always thought, wow, that's really cool to put a tent on top of a 996 or any 911 and go camping and do all that kind of stuff. And I was like, wow, that's a really good idea. And as I was scrolling through his page and looking at all his cool pictures of his 996 all over, you know, the Pacific Northwest, it clicked in my head that I have a roof tent on top of my GX. I have a 997 over here, and I also have a rooftop rack. So why not put all three things together? I'm gonna try to figure this out as I go along, but it seems like it's pretty straightforward. You're pretty much just taking these blocks right here and attaching them to the roof of your car. And 911% has a really good video that shows how to do this up close and personal. But for sake of time, I have to hurry up and do this. I don't have time to really do this and explain it thoroughly because I'm against the sun. And now the sun sinks at what, 5 o'clock, 5:30 now. So I'm really trying to hurry up and get this done. So wish me luck. So one thing I wanted to show you real quick is these little, making sure you can see this, these little lock washers. Do not lose these. They are not the easiest thing in the world to find. I went to 3 hardware shops trying to find replacements because when mine got lost in shipping. And yeah, I could only find these at my office. Literally, they were some leftover pieces from a feed horn that we were installing. And yeah, I tore my whole office apart looking for this. So don't lose those if you can avoid it. All right, so I'm just checking to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. There's a lock washer down inside of here. That is, there it goes. But don't go anywhere. Can't lose these. There's a lock washer that goes in there like that. And that goes in there. And then this little O-ring goes on the bottom. And I'm making sure that all 4 of these are right before I start installing these, connecting these to my roof. All right, now that I got that stuff sorted out, I just opened up this little tab right here. And under there is a flathead screw that I'm going to remove. I'm gonna go around the whole car and go ahead and pull all these out. Okay, so all these screws are out on the top of my roof. And this thing came with instructions, but they're really bad instructions. I mean, it's a thick page, but majority of it is not in English, which is fine because I speak about 6 or 7 different languages. But even still, the instructions are really poor. That's pretty much, yeah, this is how many parts you have, and then this is what you do. So no illustrations, and I'm really good at reading with my eyes. So yeah, and not in Italian. And one last other thing, before I put these on, I'm going to wipe this area off with this microfiber towel and some detailing mist. The car's already pretty clean, but I want to make sure there's nothing fine here that can scratch the top of the car. All right, so now I'm about to install these foam pads. There's conflicting evidence about which goes where, which goes in the front, which goes in the rear. But I think that this one goes in the rear and this one goes in the front. And then these arrows face towards the front of the car. So they go in the car pretty much like that. And then you install these parts. Now these are all the same. And you just screw it into place without cross-threading it, which is pretty easy because it's, of course, thread. And that's already really nice and in there. Shake the whole car. So now I'm going to do all of them. All of the mounting brackets are on now, and I'm just going to go around and double check that they're all nice and snug. I'm not going to try to over torque them too much, but I'm going to make sure that they're tight. And yeah, I can't believe I'm finally putting this thing on. This thing has been sitting in my garage for about 8 months now, and I just never had time to put it on until today. All right, here comes the fun part. I'm going to carefully mount the racks onto the roof. The longer rack goes in the front, and just in case so you can't get it wrong, It has a little illustration right here to show you, and we love pictures. And yeah, the quality of this kit is actually really good. Even this little El Cheapo Allen key is made in Germany. And let's see here. Carefully put that down on here. Carefully put this side down on there. This one. Like that. And over. All right, here we go. We're in the home stretch. All we got to do is pop these things open right here and pull this off so that we can screw the rack down to the top of the car. So let's see here. You put the key in like so, and then you turn it, and then it pulls like that. Okay, but it doesn't seem like it comes all the way out, which is not a problem at all. See in there. There we go. All right, I got this side tightened up. It was a little awkward getting that screw into place, but it's on there pretty tight now. So now I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in, or maybe I should just pop this in from the top. I'm not really sure yet. Maybe I'll just pop this in from the top, and then I'll tighten up that side over there. That's on pretty tight. Wow, that is really strong actually. All right, so now I'm gonna put that plastic piece in. Phew, boy. Yeah, this little strip is tough. Get in there. So there are two more screws that go into the top of these cross members and then into the bottom of the actual mount, this mount right here, that connect this piece of metal to this piece of metal. And I'm going around checking all of mine because I need this thing to be really strong. And the ones on that side were pretty loose, which is not good. So now, look at that. That one needs to be tightened. And that one was, look how loose that was. So now, they're all tightened. And there you have it. I have roof racks now on my 997. So now the hard part begins probably right here. Putting the tent on.